Good afternoon, it's Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and we have some new Galaxy Eye support revealed, which is kind of crazy since we already had an entire Photon Galaxy pack last year. If you don't know, we literally had Photon Hypernova, which was literally the set, I think that's the name of the set, I could be horribly wrong, but literally last year we had a whole set where we got new support for these guys. And I guess Konami was like, damn it, we really want Galaxy Eyes to be a meta deck. So I guess we gotta get them more support. So not only did it get just a new, what's it called, V-Jump promo, which I'll cover in this video because I did make a video on it, but I didn't make a video on its effect. I just made a video on, there's a V-Jump promo Galaxy Eyes card that we don't know the effect of yet. So I'll make a video on that as well in this. So after I go through all these new cards, I'll mention that one as well at the very end. But yeah, let's just get straight into this because I guess they really want Galaxy Eyes to be the next meta deck. So first things first, we have Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal. This is a main deck, 3,000, 2,500 defense, light dragon monster. It looks badass as hell. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once a turn. If a dragon XYZ monster is on the field, quick effect, spell summon this card from your hand to either field. I wonder why you want to get this to your opponent. If this card is no more spell summon, you can add one Tachyon spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And then when XYZ monster declares an attack, attach this card from on the field to it as material. Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter if you give it to your opponent because you just attach it as material, which is interesting. I still don't know why we want to give this to your opponent, but it's just a really cool extender, but it does require you to already have a Dragon XYZ on field. So it could be bricky if your opponent just stops you from making an XYZ, because if you don't have the XYZ, it's just like, oh, things just stuck in your hand. It has to be a Dragon XYZ too, so you can't go into like the Photon dude who's like an Omni Negate because I don't think he's a dragon. Interesting. Next we have Tachyon Cloud Dragon, light dragon effect monster, 300 attack, 2,500 defense. If I didn't know any better, I thought this was a Raid Raptor because it looks like a bird. Well, a robot bird, but they all look kind of like that. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card once a turn. If this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, spell summon it. So that's a pretty good extender. That's just really good. You can tribute this card, spell summon one Tachyon monster from your deck to your graveyard. Oh wait, deck or graveyard, my bad. So basically this card is like, oh, tribute me, get any Tachyon monster from your deck or grave. Except himself. So I believe that's also the XYZs, which is kind of crazy. So if you have an XYZ in grave, and you summon this guy, you can just tribute it, summon out the one from grave, and then just XYZ on top of that thing. So that's already really good. And then if you special summon a Dragon XYZ monster, you can target one of them, attach this card as material from the graveyard if it was there when the monster was summoned, or hand, even if not. So basically, oh, that's insane too. So if you tribute this guy from field to get an XYZ from grave, well, then it'll attach itself from grave to the new XYZ you just got from grave as material. That's actually pretty good. Finally, for the last main deck monster, we have Schwarzschild's Infinite Dragon. That's a weird name. I think it's like Schrodinger's cat, I guess that's the idea. It's the Infinite Dragon. It's a dark dragon, level 8, 2,000 attack, 0 defense. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. You can't spell summon for the extra deck the turn you activate this effect except Dragon XYZ monsters. So this card locks you, so you can't make the Photon Link monster, which is weird. Let's go. You can't spell summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this card effect except Dragon XYZ. I guess this is like saying, hey, if you really want to make Dragon XYZs, no Photon Link for some reason? Okay. If you control no monsters or your opponent controls a monster with 2,000 or more attack, spell summon this card from your hand. If you do, spell summon one level 8 light or dark monster from your deck in defense position, except himself, but its effects are negated. Okay, so this is a free rank 8, which is pretty good. It does require you to either have no monsters or your opponent control a monster with 2,000 more attack. I actually could think this card might not see play in Galaxy Eyes, just because, yes, it is a free rank 8, but it stops you from making your Link monster, which is very important to that deck's combos. And if you going into turn 3 and 4, it's kind of dead because you don't really have a way to summon it because it requires you to have control no monsters. Now, if your opponent has a 2,000 or higher monster, you can spell summon it, so it's really good going second, which Galaxy Eyes is kind of a good deck going second somewhat. So I can see that, but at the same time, I don't know. This card seems good, but I feel like the restriction of locking you into Dragon XYZs kind of sucks because the deck also has a link. Now we have Shina Kuri's Dragluxian. It's a light dragon XYZ, rank 8, 2,500 attack, 3,000 defense. It's generic, requires 2 level 8, so hey, punks can make it. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once a turn. If this card is special from the extra deck, you can add 1 Galaxy or Tachyon card from your deck to hand. That's really solid. You can detach 1 material from this card. Spell summon 1 rank 8 Dragon XYZ monster with 3,000 attack from your extra deck. By using this card you control as material. Then you can attach 1 Galaxy Eyes monster from your extra deck to it to additional material. This is treated as an XYZ summon. Transfer its materials to the summoned monster. So I guess this guy is going to help you make the bigger guys. Detach your materials from summon 1 rank 8 XYZ monster with 3,000 attack from the extra deck. By using this card, you control its material. I mean, you can attach Galaxy Eyes from your extra deck as additional material. Okay, so I guess it just helps you climb into the other XYZs, which is really, really cool. And then finally, we have a spell card and a trap card. Spell card is Tachyon Spiral of Destruction. It's a quick play spell. Activate 1 of these effects, but you can only use each of these effects once a turn. If you control a Galaxy Eyes XYZ, destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls whose effects are negated. Second effect is target 1 Tachyon card in your graveyard except Tachyon Spiral Dragon added to your hand. And then the third effect is target 1 Dragon number monster in your graveyard spell summon defensive decision. So it's either a reborn, an add back from grave, or destroys all negated monsters your opponent controls. I guess this must be a Tachyon monster I don't know about that negates everything, or maybe it's a trap card we're about to get that negates everything. So let's find out. This is Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. This is a new trap card, normal trap. You only activate 1 of these cards' names on the turn. If you control a Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon monster, you can activate this card from your hand. They really like this Raid Raptor shit. It's literally like Raid Raptor card. During the battle phase, detach 1 material from a Galaxy Eyes XYZ monster. If you control a number C monster, this card's activation cannot be negated. Shuffle all monster quote controls, normal or special, into the deck. Wait a minute, this is insane. Fuck the spell. This card literally says, hey, if you can just climb into number C whatever, and you have this card in your hand, you can just activate it from hand like an evenly match, and they can't respond to it? Wait, what? Your opponent, this card's activation effects can't be negated and activates from hand? This card's crazy. I guess I was gonna say all this support kind of seemed a little lackluster, but the XYZ and this trap card are pretty insane. You all tell me how you feel about these cards. I think they're solid, I guess. I was expecting them to be a little better, but I guess they really want Galaxy Eyes to be really well. This is technically not Galaxy Eyes support, it's Tachyon support. I should very clarify that, because it's Tachyon Galaxy. It's weird, because the photons and the Galaxy monsters, they literally go hand in hand. So, any cards that support Galaxy Eyes supports photons. If that makes any sense. And any support of photons get Galaxy supports. Because the deck, they're both the same deck. So I'm not sure why they're like, it has to be a dragon monster you summon. Even though the deck has a link monster, it has to be a Dragon XYZ, even though the deck plays a link monster. I don't know. It seems really cool. You all tell me in the comments what you think. See you all next one. Bye-bye.